Wait, hold on. A 1,600 person brokerage just moved to LPT? That's right. Big Block Realty, that's actually corporate, is run out of San Diego, my market. They actually just made a huge move. Now, they're one of the top 50 flat fee brokerages, independently owned brokerages in the United States. That's massive news. Very high agent count, very productive brokerage. Now, they were already profitable. So why would they make a move over to LPT Realty? We've brought over a lot of independent brokerages, but this one's the biggest. Let's break it down for you right here. So remember, I'm Isaac Guzman. I'm with Real Estate CEOs, powered by LPT, and also the Agent War Room. That's our free community that you can be a part of. Just go into the description below or go to join.agentwarroom.com and you can go ahead and check that out. We're excited to launch that this week, but really interesting stuff just came up. Now, here's what happened. Big Block Realty. It has multiple franchises across California. They are now moving to LPT. So I'm going to break down for you why they would make a move based on what independent brokerages see out in the space. So first off, let's go over some of the cons of being an independent broker. You have all the liability. You have to carry all the insurances. You have to be responsible for agents that might not even come to the office ever. You might not have seen them for 3 years and all of a sudden they get you into a lawsuit. That's an issue. You also have lots of overhead, right? We're talking about paying E&O, but you have compliance directors, right? If you're running a big operation like that, you have a lot of layers of management that are specific to making sure that your brokerage stays out of trouble. They're not specific to generating business, to actually being productive. They are specific to keeping your butt out of lawsuits and keeping your brokerage protected and, maintaining your licenses, which is your livelihood. So that's a big issue. Now, not to mention the fact that a lot of them have really big office space and they have mentors and trainers and corporate recruiters and all these things. So you get to lose a lot of that overhead. That's a big bonus. Now, some other cons are that you don't have as big a runway when you're at 500, 1,600, even 1,000 agents. You don't really have the economies of scale to go out and get the best CRM affiliate program so that your agents can get a great CRM at a cheap price, right? Those things are really reserved for the bigger brokerages that are 10,000 agents plus, like LPT. Not to mention, if you're not a marketing expert, but you're an expert at running a brokerage or hiring agents and training agents, that doesn't mean you have the tools for them to succeed in today's era. You need a robust marketing tools, which is what LPT offers, right? If you're curious about all the offerings about LPT, we have tons of videos on that. One of the other things that's really challenging for an independent brokerage is the fact that they are independent. They don't have anywhere to actually reach out to. There's nobody really guiding the ship besides the people who own that brokerage, right? But that means they have to go out and outsource and go get coaching and go be part of these other events, where at LPT, we have a huge army of agents that are growing their businesses in different ways all across the country and Canada, and a really amazing CEO who's made hundreds of millions of dollars by being a marketing and advertising expert. So that's a really big plus as well. So why would that brokerage make the move over? Well, in reality, by the time you collect your fees as a brokerage and then run all your expenses, you end up with not that much margin per productive agent. And so when you compare that to stock options, to revenue share, to overrides as a team, if you're creating leads, well, what ends up happening is you end up offsetting a lot of those, what you might call expenses or paying the brokerage or profit centers as a brokerage, right? Because, hey, yeah, I'm taking in $5,000, but it costs me $4,000 to service that agent, right? So my profit on that agent might be $1,000 per year. Well, what if you had a small override as a team, right? And you also got revenue share from that person, and you didn't have to deal with the headaches. Because here's the other big thing. A lot of independent brokerages that have come over, one of the things that they talk about, and that I help them understand if they don't understand it, is the proportion of their income that they can attribute to being the broker of record is usually pretty small. So if they took 100% of their income and said, all right, which of this can you attribute to being the broker of record versus being something that a team leader could provide, like a trainer, a support system, somebody that's going to walk them through contracts, somebody that's going to make sure they understand the technology. Those are things you don't need to have a broker's license for. You don't need to be the broker to be able to generate leads, to be able to train and coach and mentor and help people stay accountable. You don't need to be the broker to be able to do all that and provide that. So what they do is they realize, whoa, a very small portion of my income is directly related to me being the broker of record. Now you flip that and you go, okay, let's break that. Let's do that same math, but on headaches. Take all of your headaches, all of your sleepless nights, all of the stress and burden that you feel on an ongoing basis throughout the last 12 months. And how much of that could you attribute to being the broker of record? Meaning, if you weren't the broker of record, you wouldn't have to deal with that stuff, maybe like lawsuits and other things like that. And they go, whoa, a big portion. So a small portion of my income is attributed to being the broker of record, but a large portion of my stress and my problems and my headaches come from being the broker of record. So once they start seeing that, it makes a lot of sense, because think about this. LPT is the broker of record. They're handling compliance and all that stuff. They're providing marketing tools. In addition to that, they're not charging a monthly fee. They're not charging sign-on fees. You're able to choose your compensation plan. The reality is this: a lot of independent brokers are realizing agents are better off at LPT than inside my independent brokerage. So rather than just having them all go to LPT of their own accord, and me kind of in a scarcity mindset saying, no, I'm going to hang on to my brokerage, even though all the agents want something different. Well, what ends up happening is they wise up and they go, you know what? I'm going to beat the flood. And I'm going to actually be the one that introduces them to the model and have a great opportunity for things like rev share and stock awards, right? So the thing is this: if a big brokerage like that, if it makes sense for them, wouldn't it make sense for you? So the reality is this: what you need to do right now, if you're an independent broker and you're seeing this and you go, what the heck? Well, there's some stuff that you just can't post online about how these things happen. But what you can do is click the link in the description below, book some one-on-one time with me. I'll get you on the call with corporate. I'll put you on exactly with the same people that structured that deal. And you can figure out, why would that happen? Why would they be so excited? How does that possibly make sense? Well, we'll break it down for you. Now, I don't want to keep this video short, but just let you know, Big Block Realty made the move over. They've gone all into LPT Realty. And we're very excited to have them. And you could be the next massive success story. Whether you run a small independent brokerage of 6 agents, like my buddy Ron Wysakarski who came over, or you run a massive brokerage like the people at Big Block Realty. We got you covered. Go in the description below, or shoot me a text. I put my cell phone number inside the description as well. Shoot me a text, book some one-on-one time with me. I'll walk you through it. I'll get you on a call with the corporate people that put these deals together. Happy to make that happen and help you grow. Until next time, happy selling.